You've changed. You're another person. Man, you annoy me. Man, since this happened, you're not the same. Well, if you're into your late teens or early 20s, you're wondering if you should leave your old group of friends. You somehow feel that you're not really vibing together as like you used to be. You're probably grown and you have changed. Of course, you've changed a lot in these years. And but the thing is that you spend all of this time and experiences together, and even if you're not compatible with them anymore, you still love them and you still wish for their best. You want to see them happy and fulfilled, but keep hanging out with them is incompatible with your long-term vision and goals. So the question is, should you walk away or not? And that reflection come from a personal experience. In the last year and a half, kinda, I stopped to hang out with my old group of friends that I knew since high school because I felt distant. I felt lacking the connection that I once felt when I was staying with them. And I had the feeling that I couldn't really be myself. I had the feeling that I couldn't really express what I truly thought. That if I had an idea or a project, I cannot really express it without getting not really bullied, not really uh, humiliated, but I felt like this sense of disapproval about what I had to say, what I truly have to say. And so I decided to take a step back and decided to voluntarily stop hanging out with them just to see if I missed them. And the truth is, I didn't. I didn't miss them. I was perfectly fine being by myself or hanging out with other people that were most aligned with my values and interests. And in the last couple of days, I had 3, 4 hard conversations with some of my old friends where I exposed why I dropped out of the group. I stopped to hanging out with them. I stopped to chatting in the group chat and etc. etc. I told them it was face to face. We sit down at a table and we talked. I tell them how I felt, why I stopped hanging out. I told them what I wanted to do in the future, what are my projects, and in the end, we lived in a pretty peaceful and agreeable way. And I'm happy about it because they are good people, actually. They are not the classical toxic friends, because there are a lot of videos that talk about how you should leave your toxic friends or you should stop hanging out with toxic people. The truth is, these are not really toxic people. They are good people. And I still love them and I consider them as my friends still, but I cannot still hang out with them. And if you are like me, if you are in my same situation and you want to do the same, you still love your friends. You had past past experiences. You maybe tell them very personal things and they will maybe was in the past very supportive with you, but you have to move forward. You have to move forward, and that's 100% respectable. You want to find new people that are more aligned, that could inspire you, that could push you to get better, and that's 100% dope. You should do that. You shouldn't do it. You must do it. Otherwise, you will start to resent your friends. And since you love them, since you respect them, you want to leave the group in a honest and gentle, respectful manner. And today I want to share with you what I've done exactly, and maybe this will help you to leave your friends, but in a positive way. So when you will think back of these memories, you will be happy about them, but you will live in a, let's say, good manner. First step, check out. Stop hanging out with them for a period of at least 3 months, not less. In this period, try to pay attention and understand how you feel about the situation. How do you feel about being more alone, first of all? Do you miss your friends, or you simply are afraid of loneliness? Do you need someone to fill the void and you cannot bear staying alone with your own thoughts? Is that, or you truly miss them? You have to understand the situation, understand what is actually true. Second step, ask yourself what you're looking for in a friend. Here I have some my personal recommendation. You want someone with similar interests, of course, but that's not everything. In fact, that's not even the most important thing to look in a friend. You want someone who you share similar values with you, someone who have similar goals. And values and opinion are different things. Values is something that is very deep into your personality. For example, a fascist and a communist cannot be friends with each other, not because they share different opinions, but they have different core values. Okay, they not really a fascist and a communist. Let's say a communist and a liberalist, someone who is more not liberal. Fuck it, I hate you Americans. You ruined everything. Someone who is more capitalist and someone who is more communist cannot be really friends because they share different values at the core. Someone believes more in freedom and competition, and someone believe more in egalitarianism. Okay, and okay, and not in the privation of the private property. Okay, you get what I want to say. Okay, uh, they don't agree at the base level, so you should find someone who agrees with you at the base level. Then you have different opinions of how you see the world, and that's actually beneficial, but you have to have the same core values. In the third characteristics is someone who roots for you to win in whatever area of life. So people who are cheerleading you, who wants you to win, who wants the best, who want you to achieve the highest that you can actually achieve. The fourth is you want someone who pushes you to get better, even if it's uncomfortable. The fifth is someone who keep you accountable, and it's similar to number four actually. And tell the truth when you act like a dick or you make a mistake, because shit happens. We are humans. We are not perfect, and if you act like a motherfucker or act like a dick, as I did in the past, I would like someone to point it out, to tell me, hey man, you were kind of dick in that situation, or you made me feel uncomfortable. You was a motherfucker in that situation. You want someone who tells you that directly, not because he wants to hurt you, but he wants to point out something in order for you to get better. Then once you have understood what you search for in a friend, these were my personal suggestion. You shouldn't take them precisely. You should ask yourself, okay, what do I want from a friend? What is important for me to get from a relationship with my friends? And once you have this idea, ask yourself if your group of friends check the boxes of what you need in a friendship. And if they don't, then have the hard conversation with them and leave. It's the most honest thing that you can do for them and for you. And I know that this is uncomfortable, but is necessary. Because if your friends are not giving to you what you need in a friendship, then there is no purpose into continuing the relationship. And even if you know them since you're a kid, you gotta leave them. Okay? People grow, need different things, and they leave. It's fine. You don't have any obligation to keep seeing them only because you were friends since you were in elementary school together. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? You're not into an elementary school anymore, right? You gotta choose your friends. You don't magically end friend with someone. You have to choose them, alright? And if they don't respect your boxes or your standards, then leave them. You have to. How to perform the hard conversation? First of all, preferably you do that in person. Try to avoid texting. I personally don't like it. I prefer talking with people face to face. But if you, it's very emotional for you, you have very difficult talking face to face, do it at least with a call. Call them 101. Explain why you're leaving. And not talking to, sending a text would be disrespectful in my opinion, but do as you wish. And before having the hard conversation, you have to prepare for it. So how I prepared was I re- write I wrote everything down on a piece of paper. Write down what you would like to tell them so that you will be as fluent as possible with your words, and your emotions will pay a less significant impact in your speech. First of all, you have to acknowledge that you ghosted them for a while because you intended to do so, and that you understand that they may feel confused or upset. That's perfectly normal. You have to think about in their point of view. Imagine if some of your best friend will actually start to drop out, not even responding to text messages, not hanging out anymore as he used to do. You would be upset too. So acknowledge that and tell that clearly. Guys, I understand that you might be upset or confused about the fact that I dropped out. That will be make them um, more likely to listen about what you have to say. After that you did done that, explain the reasons that brought you to leave for a while in the first place. So say I couldn't feel like I could express myself, or say that you felt like you need different things from friendship right now. And after that you explained why you dropped out, explain why you would never see them again. Say that you will never see them again because you have different goals and a different vision for the future. Say that you have changed and you're not the same as you were 5, 10 years ago, whenever you met them. And about that, your speech, frame it by taking full responsibility. Even if they didn't act properly in your point of view, even if they act in a manner that you didn't like, still take all the blame, take all the responsibility for your choice, because you chose to leave the group. Take the responsibility. Eat the frog. Okay? Fourth, if they were actual good friends that you love them and you have good experiences with them in the past, be grateful for every moment that you passed with them, and tell tell it to them. Tell tell it very directly. Be honest and say out loud to every one of them. Uh, be Say thank you by watching your friends in the eyes. Tell them that you're grateful for every moment that you've passed together, and for everything that they did for you, and how every journey, every travel, every, I don't know, even birthday, every beer that you have together was actually a gift for you, and it was a good and wholesome memory. Be grateful, please. This is important. In the next days, you might feel nostalgic and you want to get things as they were in the past, but don't do that. That's a bias from your brain. Okay, that's a bias from your brain. Don't text them back. Don't say anything. Don't be how can I say, ambivalent. You know, the ambivalent bonding attachment, the ambivalent attachment style. Don't be like that. If you said that you would never meet them again in group, don't do that. Be very honest about that. Stay still in your position. You might feel lonely in the next months or days, but remember those 3 months that you ghost them. You will not feel regret in the future. That's the truth. That's an uncomfortable choice in the moment, but in the future you will feel better. Then keep going with your journey. Follow your interest, meet new people, do more activities like sports, acting classes, cooking classes, running groups, and just try new stuff. Follow your curiosity. Because by exposing yourself to new situations, you will find new people that are more like you. By being in the same environment, you will eventually know each other. It's natural. And eventually, you will find a new group of people that you will be more alike. You can be more like yourself, and you will be more aligned with their values. So don't worry, it's just a phase, a lonely phase that you will have to pass in order to reach your next level. I hope that this video was useful for you. Remember to aim upward and keep searching for strength.